This is Grandma Gloria. Today's demonstration is going to be an apple pie. Someone requested that. The apple pie is one of the most difficult pies you can bake. It's not like a peach pie. It's not like a peach cobbler or apple cobbler. If you overcook it, you're going to have applesauce. If you undercook it, you're going to have lumps of raw apples in your pie. So, this is a demonstration. You're getting real serious when you're going to cook an apple pie. I left one of the apples already peeled, but I want to show you how you properly slice this apple. Because if you slice it too thick, it's not going to work. Too thin, it's not going to work. You have two halves. You're going to take this first half. You're going to make it another half, which is a fourth. You get the core out. And from this, you're going to get 4 slices. This is the other half. Make sure I don't put the core in there. The other half. Get the core out. And one more piece. Getting the core out. Okay. Now, from here, everything is going to be cooked in this soft pan. The reason why I got this wide soft pan, because I'm going to saute these apples, and they can all, if I had it in a pot, it would take much longer. So we're going to dump everything in the saucepan. Here I have 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay, I have 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. All of these liquids right now are tablespoons. 1 tablespoon of that was vanilla extract. This is lemon extract. I got a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. They are mixed together. I didn't have that many containers, so the half teaspoon of each. And we're going to do, now the cornstarch is not going to go in until the very last. We got here a 3/3 cups of sugar. And on this container,
you mean 3/4?
3/4, yes, 3/4 cup of sugar. And on this package, they have measurements. They have a 1/4. They have a 1/3. They have a half. This is a 1/3 stick of butter. Okay. Now all of your ingredients are in this saucepan, because we are going to soften these apples for 7 to 8 minutes. Going over to the stove, and I'm going to, okay, I'm going to start it off like medium high. And this is going to take exactly 7.5 to 8 minutes to get what I need. So we're going to be stirring this until your sugar and butter dissolve. And you see how that sugar and that orange, that lemon juice and all of those liquids is going to make a sauce for your apple pie. And so we're going to stir this constantly until this melts, and then you're going to see how the apples is going to sort of deflate, and that's what you want. You don't want to stop here. Some people do put raw apples right in the pie shell, and you find yourself biting down on raw apples. But that's not really an apple pie, even though after I do all of this pie is going to have to stay in the oven for 25 minutes on 375, and the apple's going to finish cooking. But if you had them sliced real thick and you didn't do this process, and I've went to places and spent good money on an apple pie, and you chewing down on raw apples, that's not what you want. And if you think you're going to substitute all of these ingredients with water, apples will immediately soften up, and you would have an applesauce pie. You don't want that. So we're going to let this tenderize for about 7 to 8 minutes, and we're going to get back with you. Okay, we have cooked this for 7.5 to 8 minutes. This is when I'm going to add my cornstarch. This cornstarch is going to allow the pie to thicken, the liquid rather, to thicken. You see how the texture of those apples are changing? That's what you want it to look like. They're not completely done. But one thing for sure, when you put it in the oven for 25 minutes, browning the crust, they're going to finish cooking. I'm going to take my pie shell out of the refrigerator. And when you get your pie shell, get a deep pie crust. That's for pies. With this one, you have 2 in the package. Mainly because when you make an apple pie, any type of pie, like an apple or peach, you're going to have 2 crusts. So one going to go, the fruit is going into, and the other one is going to be for your top shell. So we're going to dip all of this in here. This is a pie, not a cobbler. That's the reason why you don't see all that liquid. See how flexible those apples are? They're not going to break apart. It's not going to be applesauce. And you're definitely not going to see a lot of chunks. So the rest of this is going to be the sauce of this beautiful apple pie. It's going to slice up very well, but in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how to make an apple cobbler. So that's done. So you need a top shell for that. So since you have 2 pie shells that came in this package, you're going to take this pie shell and we're going to flip it on top of the one that's already there. flip. It usually works. Move it from the side. Okay, come on. Let it sit out for a while. So, okay, there we go. We're gonna move this about. Stretch it out. Bring this up. It wasn't as, it was a little too chill. You have to take it out much earlier. I think I must have let it stay in the refrigerator too long. But we're going to fix this. Maybe looking ugly right now, but we're going to fix this. But I'm going to take my fork, clean this up, and bring out a finished product. Let me take all of this off. That don't look too good. And we're going to dress it up. Need to know how to improvise and how to make something pretty even when it start out differently. That's your apple pie, but let's get the finished product and clean this up. Okay. This one was baked earlier. Now, if you get it right out of the oven and you want it to put some vanilla ice cream on that, but I wanted to, deliberately, I wanted it to be cold so I could slice it. I wanted to slice the pie. Let's see. It was cooked this morning, so it have not chilled the way I wanted to. Yeah. Take your palette, heat it in the microwave if you want some ice cream on it. That's what I wanted. That's just what I wanted. It's to stay together. That's your apple pie. Let's taste this big boy. Now, as you can see, you will not find any hard lumps in this pie. They're going to be nice and tender. Excuse me, I need to take another bite. This is really, really good. Go ahead, Harlan. Try this apple pie. You're going to be proud of yourself. But follow those procedures. I wish I would have had some vanilla ice cream. It would have been jamming. Thank you for watching Grandma Gloria's apple pie. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.